to the power of 11. Now, while smaller than before, checking all possible sequences of Reidemeister moves up to this number is still unfathomable. For a single crossing knot, this is larger than the number of stars in the observable universe. In 2011, mathematicians found an upper bound on the number of Reidemeister moves needed to connect any two knots or links, solving the entire knot equivalence problem. This is the upper bound. First, raise 2 to the second power, then raise that to the power of 2 again. This operation is called tetration, and it grows fast. Now keep doing it until you have raised 2 to itself 10 to the million n times. Cap it off with n again. This is easily the largest number we have ever shown in a video.
But even just to have a solution is remarkable, given that Turing thought the problem was potentially undecidable only 60 years earlier.
If it's this hard to tell two knots apart, how have we managed to tabulate 350 million different knots? Well, there are some properties of a knot that never change, no matter how much you twist or tangle it up. These are called invariants, and these invariants will be different for some knots compared to other ones. So you can use them as hallmarks of a particular knot. They're not perfectly discriminating. I mean, some knots will share invariants, but if two knots have different invariants, then you know for sure that they are different. Crossing number is itself an invariant. Two knots can't be identical if they have different crossing numbers.
But the crossing number is surprisingly difficult to calculate. You can put extra crossings into any number, like just throw in a bunch of twists. Different variations of the same knot are known as different projections of that knot. Crossing number measures the least number of crossings a knot can have, but it only works for the simplest projection of a knot, also known as its reduced form. But it's difficult to ensure that a knot is fully reduced. Instead, we can use another invariant, one that's true right away for all projections of a knot, so it'll give the same value both for a messy trefoil and for a reduced trefoil.
This first invariant is tricolorability, or whether a knot can be colored in with 3 colors.
Take a diagram of a knot and color in each individual segment. These are just separated by undercrossings, where you would lift your pen off the page. Tricolorability only has 2 rules. First, you must use at least 2 colors, because you can color any knot in with 1 color. And second, at crossings, the 3 intersecting strands must either be all the same color or all different colors. Basically, no 2-colored crossings.
There are just 2 categories of this invariant. Either a knot is tricolorable or it's not. Identical knots must match, so if one knot is tricolorable and the other one isn't, then you know they're different knots.
It's hard to believe that tricolorability is constant across any possible projection of the same knot. But since you only need Reidemeister moves to move
Order cannot be restored.
The rune of death is unbound. And the lands between are shrouded by death's dark fate. But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns. Farewell it is then. You'll be Elden Lord yet.